Thank y'all so much, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Pierre's Panic Room. You know, it's out of LA right now. We're doing it in fire. We got a great guest. So you know, congrats to y'all. Y'all clicking for a reason. Y'all watching. In fact, we're going to skip the comment section. Damn the comment section. We get right to the meat of the situation, man. I got this brother coming on. I thank him so much for coming on, man. He came here. He did his thing, man. Y'all know him. Y'all know what he's talking about, what he does, y'all. I appreciate y'all watching. Here it is, man, the man of the hour. Give it up for the one and only, brother Rizza Islam.
How you doing, brother? How you doing, brother Rizza? Brother Rizza Islam, give it up, man. Thank you, boy.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you came dressed, you know.
Yes, come on now.
Different dapper, brother.
We got to reflect each other, brother. That black is where it's at. Come on.
Is that what it is?
That's
That's why I wore it right there for you. I knew what time it was.
Come on.
You grew up in Compton.
Yep.
Right, you grew up in Compton. What's your structure, your family structure? Mother, father in the house, brother, sister, what do you have?
Biological father was not there for the vast majority of my life, period. Okay. Good brother though. You see, like I'm not gonna do is bash my father. He's a good man, you know. But he wasn't there for the vast majority. My mother is who raised me for the vast majority of my life with my siblings in Compton, California, Richland Farms, Compton, California. For those who want to know the exact area, that's where every backyard has at least half an acre. Or more,
wow, really?
Where horses are. So I grew up riding horses.
Okay.
Doing drive-bys on horses.
Hell no.
In Compton. I'm not even lying, word is bond. But that was the main structure. My siblings, my mother, my stepfather, up until I was about maybe 6 or 7, and then he was taken off to jail. So he was in my life. You know, that's how I was, you know, born in the nation, praying in Arabic and all of that. That was the family structure. But let me ask you, from what I know, because you grew up, I would say, the 90s in the... Yeah, 1990 I was born.
Okay, 1990. So you grew up in the 90s up there, and I came to California in the 90s, and I remember, you know, Compton was kind of rough, you know what I'm saying? I know through the 80s and 90s too, the beginning of the 90s.
Riots and all that too.
How did you not get caught up in that kind of stuff?
Man, I get this question all the time because really, you know, you start looking like a unicorn out here. You was born in when and where.
Right.
You know, my siblings, and I thank Allah God for my mother, number one, because she was on drugs at a certain point.
Right.
My older sister was on Skid Row right over here. She ended up on Skid Row for 16 years, strung out on crack cocaine. My oldest brother got murdered over a drug deal by one of his own friends. You know, my family went through all this, and I'm the youngest out of 10 children. So I witnessed these things. My brother's getting, you know, tossed in the back of a police car. I see what happened with my sisters and different men, and I'm watching this. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, what is that? What is that? And when I started to stumble upon the truth of these things, because they did their best to keep it away from me. They did their best to keep me away from drugs, away from alcohol, you know, but you know, you're gonna have some experience with it.
You dipped and dabbled a little bit?
Oh, I definitely, man, I smoked weed between the age of 8 and 9.
Well, hell no.
Right
really,
there.
Really?
Right there.
Wow.
Started at 8, ended at 9.
Wow. What do you think gave you the power not to be stressed out and all, you know, cracked out or whatever the case may be, go to jail? What made you different than your other siblings?
Watching all of their experiences and not acting like I didn't see it.
Wow.
I saw what they did, and if it was something that I wanted to do or thought about doing, I saw what they did and I saw the result. Saw what they did, saw the result. Damn, I'm not doing that. Saw what they did, saw the result. Damn, I'm not doing that.
Really?
I'm telling you, it was over and over again. And then on top of that, when I wanted to do certain things, like when I used to rob the liquor store, for example, I used to run in there with a big hoodie, stuff all the hot Cheetos back then. Before they was called Flamin' Hot, they was called hot Cheetos. Right. Hot Cheetos, you know, all the pickles, you name whatever, bro. Jolly Ranchers, did all of that. And the Asian dude, this was hilarious. They took a picture of me in black and white, put it up on the wall, and they said, "Do not let this child in here," because they shook out my hoodie and all this candy and chips and everything fell. Went down the street, got my mama, like, you know, that's when people knew you in the hood, they know your family. And they found out I was stealing. Okay, cool. So that was one situation that I experienced. Then they put me in the back.
You were 11, 12 years old? How old were you?
No, when I was, no. When I stole I was 7.
Damn, homie.
Oh no, we was in there. My brother taught me how to hot wire car, my mama's.
Wow, okay.
Mama's car was the first one.
Right.
G-rides, all that good stuff. He taught me how to steal hubcaps off of vehicles.
Right.
All this stuff. I did all this before I was a teenager.
Okay, but you just said you didn't go down the road doing that crazy stuff, but you actually did the crazy
But you asked me if I dibbled and dabbled, and I did dibble and dabble.
Okay, you called it right.
Just a little bit, not too far.
Dabble long enough.
No.
Okay.
No, because they, you know, it was interesting. You know, I had some experiences.
Sure.
I drank alcohol twice, and it was just a sip both times. My brother, I ran up to him one day. I'm not gonna say which one because he was like, "Hey, we gonna put my name out there."
Right.
So I walked up to him one day. I ran up to him. I was thirsty as heck, running outside playing. I said, "I'm thirsty. Give me some. Give me some." He was drinking some out of a big black cup like that.
Right.
He said, "You really want some?" I said, "Yeah, give me some." He handed it to me. I would take a big gulp. It was
nasty.
Spicy, hot. His chest was burning. I'm screaming.
Right.
Ran to my mama. She like, "What the hell you gave him?" He said he wanted some.
Right.
Turns out, yeah, it was some alcohol. And I said, "That's alcohol? I don't want none."
Nice.
You see what I'm saying? Like
Right,
it was
right,
just
right,
simple
right.
experiences.
I had experience like that too. Right,
Yeah, it's real. I've had
Right.
it was just the experiences one by one that helped me to understand, and then my siblings on top of that were telling me, yeah, you could do this right here, but you ain't going too far. I ain't gonna let you go that far. Don't do what I do. You could do that right there. That's enough. Teach me how to crip walk at 5 years old. That's
Right.
cool. They was laughing,
Right, sure.
but they said don't do that outside over there though. You can do it over here, but don't go out there and do that. They were really, I mean, we really
Right.
in the hood, bro.
Right, that's an interesting love to have, to say, I'm going through it, I'm doing it, but I don't
Yes.
want you to do it.
Yes.
You know, opposed to just saying, come on, join me or whatever.
No,
That's,
my siblings protected me. They I mean, they weren't perfect, but they
Right.
didn't let me go too far. And
Right.
that's a fact. My brothers and my sisters.
Were you a good student in school?
Hell no.
You didn't want to,
No.
You didn't want to listen to the white man's rules.
That's a
and shit?
fact. That's a fact.
Damn,
I'm
brother.
gonna say this way before.
The white math, you don't do white math, the white English? Shit, okay.
I'm gonna say it this way because I was actually the first school that I went to was Winnie Mandela Children's Institute.
Oh, okay.
First school I went to, I was raised in African spirituality. I never went to public school. I was never indoctrinated. Never believed in white Jesus. Never believed
There
in
you
Santa
go.
Claus. I actually just laid in front of the fireplace at the house when I was like 4 or 5 years old to see if Santa would come down the chimney during Christmas. Word is bond.
Right.
And nothing happened. I woke up, he wasn't there, no presents. I said, man, this white man, he ain't real. I was seriously, that's just
Right. No,
how
I can
I
see
was.
it.
You know what I'm saying? So I was never really indoctrinated. It wasn't until I graduated from high school and went to college, which was Compton College. And that's where I started to get some of this indoctrination, but it was hurting my head. I was like, what the hell you mean Christopher Columbus discovered America?
Right.
Raise my hand, excuse me, that's not, and this is in college.
Right,
I said,
right.
no, that's not correct. It was hurting my head. So no, I was never really indoctrinated.
Well, okay, when you were a kid though, and you didn't get those toys, was your mother Muslim or she just didn't, y'all was broke? Like, what was the reason? She said, I ain't getting this nigga.
Oh, that's funny. No, it was, that's funny.
You might have had no toys.
Right. Man, okay, so I'll say it this way. We were raised on food stamps for a certain period of time, right?
Right,
For
understood.
those of us who were. This is before the Golden State Advantage. You already know, before the card, it was like Chinese
bill,
money.
the different colors.
The bills
I
look like
had
Chinese
them.
money.
I was raised
The
on
white and
that.
orange, the white and brown. It looked like straight up
Come on,
Chinese money.
right.
Back then,
Chinese
we was
money,
running up in the, liquor
sure.
store like we got bread. It was
Right.
like this food stamps. It
Right,
had the whole
right,
book and
right,
everything.
right.
So toys and things like that. I used to wear hand-me-downs. I used to wear my older brother, when he grew out of his,
Sure.
I would get that.
Right.
Suits wouldn't fit like that. Clothes wouldn't really fit like that. So getting brand new things and toys like that was more so of a rarity. Salvation Army, mom used to get us stuff from there.
Right.
That would be like every now and then. But we didn't have a lot of money. That's not how it was. It was 10 of us. 5 boys, 5
Oh,
girls.
wow. And that, what?
Yeah. 5 boys. No, really.
And one time in the house, how many people were at one time? All
At one
7?
time, 9.
9?
When I was the youngest, when I was about maybe 2, 3, 4. That's when all of us. But then my older brother, like I said, got murdered. And
Right,
my older sister.
right.
But no, at one time it was about 9. To what I can remember, about 9.
Was it a house where you had like living in the same room with like
4
your brothers?
bedrooms. My mother lived in the back house though.
Oh, wow.
She lived in the back. She didn't even want to live in the house. She said, y'all niggas crazy.
Yeah,
So she lived in the back house and she let us stay in the front house, and that was our house.
Wow.
In the front. But no, that's how we were raised.
That's interesting. Okay, so when did you start getting into, what did you do before you got into the nation? Like, did you have an idea of wanting to be something else in life before that, like a doctor or something
Well,
else?
because I was born in the, let's see, and when I say born in the nation, my family was going to the nation when I was a child. So Mosque 54 is the Compton Mosque.
Okay.
And it was Mosque A and B, Compton Mosque. And so my family was going there. They were going to Sister Clara Muhammad School back then. And so when I was younger, I was attending. But again, you 3, 4, 5, you can learn what you can. But it's a lot of concepts you may not understand until later. So I was raised in that first.
Okay.
But then later on, once the family, stepfather goes to jail, your older sister's drugs, and all these people start moving, I ended up with my mother, just me and her, moving. And it was just me and her. So at that point, I wasn't going to the mosque. I think I stopped going to the mosque at that time when I was maybe 5 or 6 years old. Okay. So I wasn't in the mosque for years. I actually I ended up being in the Baptist Christian church.
Okay.
My godfather. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
You know what I'm saying? So that's a big
change.
switch, right? Okay,
Right.
so
Right.
so I'm studying there, but at the same time, I'm also going to a nonprofit literacy program at the time called World Literacy Crusade.
Okay.
So I'm attending this program, working with people. And first, I was not a good student. So I did not like school when I was younger. I used to hide my homework. I hated it. just so you know. So I went to that program because I needed help on reading, I needed tutoring on math, and for my behavior. So my mother put me there as an after-school program. So I was going there, Sundays going to the Christian church. I'm studying, working with people on phonics, drug education. I'm learning these things and I'm working with people on these. And that's where I found my purpose. When I was 9 years old, working with a little girl at 6 years old who needed help on her phonics, on her reading. And I had never been acknowledged for doing nothing good until that point.
Oh, wow.
I was always acknowledged for doing something bad, crib walking, stealing something, cursing out people. My mouth was terrible.
Right.
I was that little baby's like, who baby is this?
Right.
Just cursing out people for no reason. That one.
Right.
So at that point, around 9 years old, that's when I found my purpose. At that point, and I was acknowledged for helping this little girl with her reading. I had never felt nothing like that in my life. What you mean, like, what you telling me I did something good? Like, I'm confused. What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Right,
and they said, no, like you really helped me, this little girl. The next day, I went back, like, hey, y'all need help? I'm right here. Let me know. I got something. I got energy for you. I can help, whatever. That's how we have to establish things with children. Give them a purpose early. And that's what happened with me. And from that point on, that was it. At that program, that's when I started learning about everything you can imagine, a lot of stuff.
Okay, in the 90s, I'm thinking, I'm gonna kind of, when you're turning 5 years old, what kind of shows were you watching? Were you watch TV? Did you watch shit that you shouldn't? White shows or just was all black
white
shows?
Most shows are white shows.
Shit, okay.
I don't think BET was BET on back then?
Yeah.
It was BET.
Yeah,
he did
on
own it.
1990 shit.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Before Viacom.
You didn't realize shit until 1997.
Right.
My
That's
movie.
true.
So yeah.
Man.
So
that's true.
Yeah, what was you watching?
I'm trying to think. Cartoons was my biggest thing.
Okay.
I loved cartoons. I love Michael Jackson. That was I love Michael Jackson.
Okay.
I love dancing. I grew up in all that. But as far as I wasn't heavily indoctrinated at all. I just wasn't into nonsense. But I did see, the regular stuff, when they was doing twerking and stuff back then and put that on TV I think it was Freaknik over on the East Coast. I remember seeing that.
Right.
Yeah.
And the reason I say it because sometimes that can form your idea of stuff. A white mother and a father go to work. You don't see it in a black situation like that. A little more black shows came in the 90s. I grew up in the 70s, so it was different. I didn't see the Sanford & Son, whatever the case may be. I didn't see that. So I'm just wondering, as a young kid, what were you watching? Now I'm quite sure one of your favorite shows of all time has to be The Boondocks, because you feel like you Huey, okay?
That's funny.
About 10, 11, you turn into Huey. Okay.
That's funny.
Yeah,
that's funny. People were saying with the new episodes, if they like bring them back out, that I should
hell
to be
yeah.
like
I
Huey's
would love
conscience
that.
or Huey's mentor or something.
That would be dope. That would
I wouldn't mind. Y'all heard it here first.
Yeah, there you go. Okay,
yes,
so what drove you to go into the actual start doing it? Going into
I was in my early 20s, and mind you, so at this program that I was at, I was working with, like I said, working with students and working with people, different schools, etc. So I was in the community working with the people. Period. Every area that was affecting our people, all the way from, like I said, drugs, all the way to sex trafficking and all you name it. That's what I was working with our people on, homelessness, etc. So from that point, you cannot be in the community working on all the things that are negatively affecting our people and not run into the Nation of Islam.
Okay,
it's
nice.
impossible.
True that.
It's impossible. If you're really out there,
right.
then you will be out there with those who are really out there. You're gonna run into them. And I don't even know how it happened. It was just me and my mother, like I said. So I just wasn't around the mosque, and I was so young, I didn't know. But it wasn't until my early 20s I was seeing brothers. And I'm like, wait, where this brother's been at? And so at that point, I started going back to the mosque 27. My mother brought me over there. We start, I was like, man, this is where the brother's been at. This is where the sister's been. I was so on my purpose. I didn't know anything else. I was just working with the people. So when I got back around him, it's like, man, he walked like F4. Look at him walk back straight, suit on, everything. Sure. And I was like talking in Arabic before I knew how to speak English when it comes to the prayer. I was doing all that, same thing, suited, you name it. So I didn't get back around the mosque until my early 20s. That's when I went all the way in, became heavily active, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
But it was like a long period. It was over 10 years.
I have a couple of friends of mine who are in the nation. Remember Brother Carlton? I don't know.
Yes, sir.
He's a good friend of mine. So I know a couple of guys, and some guys who not necessarily wear the same thing you wear, but they believe that their beliefs is in that.
Absolutely.
What is one of the biggest misconceptions do you think that you guys have? Because I can tell you what I think, and then you can tell me, or you can ask. I can tell you first.
Go ahead. We can clear that up right now.
That you hate white people. That's what hate them. Not just like them, but don't you hate white people. One is that
I was gonna go straight to that one too, because that's
right. And I know better because I know some people. Let me see. That you rail against black people who don't go along with exactly your thing. The way you see stuff.
That. Yep.
They rail against them. And you're mean. You know,
I heard that too.
Yeah, I mean, people think
we hate
pleasant.
Jews,
Yeah,
Jewish
pleasant.
people.
Right, you aren't pleasant to be around or be with and stuff.
Heard that.
Thinking you're not down to earth. That you wear you sleep with a bow tie. Basically,
I heard that
you know
most
what I'm
of my
saying?
life.
So that's kind of the ideal. But I know Muslim guys and people who are in the in the nation, and some of this could be far from. It's just I think they think you don't have a playful side. You're not a human being. You're
Like I
just
just
a robot.
explained to you, my childhood, you probably didn't know that. You're like,
I didn't.
damn,
I
this
didn't.
brother like,
Yeah.
oh, you really black.
Right.
Like you really black, bro.
Right,
I mean,
right.
like you really like you
Right,
went
that's
through
what's
it
up.
black, not just oh you black. No, you really went through it black.
Right.
No, see, we didn't fall from heaven. We black men and women. We have families. We eat food. We exercise.
Right.
I mean, we real people. The difference is we just do our best to live a righteous life in a hell-filled world.
Right,
Simple as
right.
that. And we do it in a way that does not go along with the dominant narrative of the white supremacist ideology.
Okay.
It's just that's all, and that's okay for me not to do that. For example, like I'll bring up this one since you brought up the hatred of white people. What the hell if I did? Would I be justified? Got it. See now see that? Oh, go ahead and y'all go ahead.
YouTube. No, you
Right.
wouldn't, brother. No, you
Right.
wouldn't.
So, but mind you, but here's the funny part. You're right, exactly. But I don't,
Right,
and
right,
we
right,
don't.
right, right.
That's foolish.
Right.
Why would I teach? Hate the white man, hate white women, hate what's the purpose? How is that going to build my people by teaching you to hate other people? I don't understand that. If you don't already dislike a certain culture, a certain behavior, whatever by now as because of what it has done to you and your people, there's nothing I can teach you. There's nothing that we can say that will make black people hate white people. There's nothing. I literally, if you ain't seen what has happened all the way through history up until this point right now, if you want to hate somebody, that's your choice. But that ain't what we teach.
Right.
We teach independence.
Right.
We teach building yourself up.
Sure.
We teach self-love. We teach knowledge of self. We teach you about the knowledge and history of God, who you are, the devil, the time and what must be done, etc. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But teaching black people about self-love in a world that benefits you for self-hate, that is a problem.
Are you real? That's real.
That's a problem.
That's real.
You see what I'm saying? So that's one. No, we don't hate white folks. That's
Right.
because to be honest with you, if we really hated white people, why are we not out here?
Every day I say the same thing.
Why? No, honestly, why
No,
not?
right,
we
right,
got
right.
all the reasons
And
to.
we're very forgiving.
The most forgiving.
Right. For what happened in slavery, for what and what it did to our mindset and so
Brother.
forth. I can see white people in the head all the time. So when white people try to paint us as devils, the evil people, I'm like, calm down.
Right.
You'd really be going over your head if
Brother.
you really was pissed off.
I mean,
yeah.
you're talking about somebody again, and it's not even all white. A lot of white people that I know and who I work with when it comes to this medical field, when it comes to exposing this government, the main thing they keep saying is they appreciate the fact that we're honest. When I tell them, no, I don't trust you as a group, and I don't think I ever will, but I appreciate you for standing up against evil and wickedness. They like, you know what? I can understand that, and I thank you for that because that's really all it is right now. We have to stand up against this system, period. Whatever it is, we have to stand up against it. And there are tons of white people who continue to defend the nation. Mind you, I don't give a damn about the validation of white people. So let's make this very clear. I don't seek that. But at the same time, when you say you teach this, no, we don't teach that. That's why when people start to learn it, like, damn, I don't know that y'all teach this. And there's not that. It's self-love.
Right, not hatred. Right.
No,
Right.
I don't. I mean, we don't. That's really beneath us to do that. I have to highlight that over and over again for me to waste my time. We are in a position where we need schools, we need banks, we need grocery stores, we need farms, we need our own businesses, we need our own everything. I don't have energy and time to point at this person all day long. Right. Yes, you did what you did. Absolutely. Right. Damn right. I know that system. Got it. So what am I going to do? Build my own.
Right, there you go.
I know what you do.
No, I feel you.
Why am I getting mad at what you do? I'm going to just go build my own.
But let me ask you a question. You just said that you don't trust white people. You said you could tell them
as a group.
As a group. Do you trust black people as a group?
For the most part, yes.
Why do you trust black? I mean, most of the,
because I'm looking at the nature of us. I look at the condition versus the nature. Now, you already know.
All right.
Our condition overall, we messed up. We got trauma. We do a lot of self-hateful things. And we, as the Honorable Sultan Farrakhan said, many of you black people are no longer black people. You are white people in black skin.
Right.
Why did he say that? Because you kill your own brother. You rape your own women. You sex traffic your own children. Right. Who does that to their own people?
Right, sure.
It was done to us. That's a fact. And then some of us participated. And now a lot of our people are participating and perpetuating it right now.
Right.
We call accountability on both sides to white people and black people. That's why we're hated. Because you can't come at us from no angle.
Right,
we're not justifying what black folks do. Right. Yes, you did this to us, and now we perpetuate it. So we have to be left alone so that we can come out of this traumatic circumstance, stop this perpetual self-hatred, and all of those things we do. That's the main thing.
But it's funny. I'm telling you what bothers me. We think alike, and I say the same. I say the same thing. But when I say it, unfortunately, my mama white, so I'm calling in, and it's my white side speaking. I'm like, hold up. If the brother said this shit, it'd be okay. But if I say, oh, no, use your white side. And it really I'm like, I'm going to keep doing what I'm saying. I'm still speaking.
Of course.
Speak
the truth.
I will keep speaking the truth. All my business is all black owned. Damn, everybody working for me is black.
There you go.
I perpetuate in my neighborhood. I meet the mayor. I have to clean the streets up.
There you go.
All kind of stuff from my neighborhood. I go to where it's rough at. I'm trying to get that stuff taken care of. I'm on the front lines doing stuff. I've marched for Black Lives Matter. I'm not here for the whole thing, but AIDS, all kind of shit I've done. But if I speak it, and I feel like we are so traumatized, if it's from me, it's like, ugh.
Of course.
You half white. I can't listen to you, man.
Let me explain this to you.
There's a lot of half white people that would fucking help you. Adam Clayton Powell. There's a whole bunch of people I can name off. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, that's true.
Black mother.
That's true. No, I'll say this. Well, see, here's the sad part about it. Color does matter. All right, and this is another thing. It's a traumatic response most of the time. If you're light skinned, what they did with us with the whole light skin versus dark skin thing, they did a job on us, bro. They did a job on us. It was so heavy to where we have to be aware of what it is that we're saying. We have to think, as the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, we have to think at least 5 times before we speak. Because we have so much built up in us that we have to overcome on a daily basis. We have to consciously be aware of how we're attacking each other, what we're saying, what we're about to say, and how we're operating in the society. But the main thing is, brother, I'll say this to you. If what you're saying is not tailored properly, see, and now this is where we got to look at ourselves, because I've said things in a way where it's like, oh, shoot, you know what? I know what I meant, but I could have said that better.
Okay.
That gives the excuse to say the white side of you, your light skin, boom, 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 because you said it in a way that could have been better, and so they say, see, because that nigga half white. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. We don't give each other a pass. We give white people all the passes for life.
Watch out now.
Who the hell told you to invite somebody to the barbecue? What are you talking about?
Right.
How did you even get in? Matter of fact, we know you the same one to be taking all the plates. You be stealing everything.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So we need to stop with that nonsense. Give your brother some mercy. Give your sister some mercy. How about you do that for once? Maybe the brother's intentions are right on. But again, because of we know we're dealing with our people. We know what's going on up here. We have to do our best to be as on point as possible. That's all, because the Honorable Mr. Farrakhan, in the Shock of the Hour lecture that he did, he said to be sincere wrong is to be dead right. You can be sincere all day. We can have the greatest intentions. But if we do something that's wrong or say something that's wrong, not intending to, literally, like I'm really intending to help you, but I'm saying it in a way where I think it's going to get across and we hitting that wall. We have to look at our people. Yes, we know what they're dealing with. We also have to look at ourselves. It's a two-sided thing.
Sure.
You know?
Let me switch subjects right now. I feel this, but we'll see. Do you equate professional sports with slavery in any kind of way?
Absolutely.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna be raw with you. But the people who are in it will equate it too. They equate it with it when they realize how they're treated if they don't do that. So if I don't dribble the ball, when I'm supposed to, and I actually step out of, what I'm supposed to be doing, and I make a comment about an injustice happening.
Sure.
Nigga, shut up and dribble. LeBron, that's what he was told by a woman on, what is it?
Right.
Shut up and dribble. Right. But I'm telling, like, literally, if you want to go into specifics, okay, well, when they do the draft, when they're actually scouting them from high school, when they measure them, how their height, they test, take off all your clothes, just keep your underwear on, all that. That's the same exact way when we're in the auction block. Right now, people say, okay, but come on. No, literally, come on. That's exactly.
You're right. You're right about that.
This is an investment. You might be my friend, my brother, no, but you're an investment.
Right. I get that.
I'm trying to see how much money you can make me. You're going to make a lot of money too, but I'm going to make more. I own a team, and I actually have a whole lot of y'all. Y'all my stable. You know what I'm saying? But the talent, I love the talent. I love sports. I grew up playing sports too.
Right.
So I get that. But at the same time, just understand what environment you're going into. If you want, this is what, like a lot of people, and I don't agree with Stephen A. Smith and none of them in the manner that they come at some of our brothers for standing up for what is right.
Sure.
If you decide to stand up for what is right, make certain comments, make certain critiques about certain things, in an environment that you were paid to just throw the football, dribble the ball, just know you signed up to be an entertainer. You signed up to be a talented individual. You did not sign up to be a revolutionary. But the problem is you should be able to be that.
Right, sure.
But now we're talking about morality. We're not talking about a contractual agreement.
Sure.
Contractual agreement is, nigga, you on the job.
Right, play, right.
You play.
Right.
You don't talk, you play.
Right.
See, so again, it's just understand where you're going, and then talk to your lawyers so that your lawyers can put in there he will be able to criticize and speak the truth whenever he sees fit.
Yeah.
I'm being honest with you. You can do that.
Yeah. But you might not give. But let me ask you a question, because I agree. Just because I'm asking questions, people are like, you think. But here's my thing. As a slave, you couldn't quit and just walk away, and you wasn't getting paid high dollar to live a good life as a slave. So that part of the slave, I get it being. I agree with you.
Well, the slaves who were close to the master did get paid a little more, and they did get some better food. They were able to live in a house. Got a few benefits. They didn't get whooped. Their women didn't necessarily get raped. Not necessarily. They wore better clothes.
Right.
And then they also were able to tell the other slaves outside what to do. Shut up, nigga, go do that.
Right. But they couldn't leave. They could say, peace out, master, I'm getting out of here.
They could kill the master and leave like Nat Turner did. Because he was a house nigga.
Yeah, that's true.
Just saying. No, so it's really, at that point, it's your choice now.
Right.
Now, when Kanye West said slavery is a choice, I agree
right.
to the degree of a house Negro in particular.
Right, sure.
But then I also didn't agree on how it was established or whatever. But just to be, put in context, Nat Turner killed his slave master because he woke up and he said, wait a minute, the hell's going on? You doing all this crazy stuff? No, this is wrong. I'm just saying. So... Right. At a certain point, it is a choice.
Right. No, I feel you. Okay. I mean, I agree. But I do think of it. It has a lot of slave elements. Sports do.
Let me just add this because I don't want this to be one-sided. Because I know a lot of the NBA players, NFL players, they're my brothers and they understand. But like I said, let's make sure we speak specifically, right?
Sure.
So that we
don't
get that backlash. The reality is there are a lot of our brothers and sisters who do beautiful things, have good intentions. They make a lot of money, but they're talented. Their passion is the sport. They love it. They've been doing it before they were scouted. Like, they really love the sport. The problem is your passion can be manipulated by someone who has a vested interest. And that's the main point. You don't have the intent that they have, but they have an intention that they didn't explain to you. So when you get signed up, they say you get all this money, take care of your mom, take care of your cousin, take care of your family. They're telling you everything you want to hear, which is real. You coming from the hood, you ain't making no money. You told me I can make what for signing up for just 2 years? 15 point what million? Who wouldn't sign it for the most part? Who wouldn't? But we have to be mindful of what we're going into. That's all. They're just not. A lot of us are just not educated. And they'll get the lawyers said, no, don't worry. I got the lawyers. We'll take care of all your paperwork. You see what I'm saying? They make it so easy. Why? Because you're an investment. You're a commodity. That's all. We have to understand that. You need to know that, so that you know what to do better in the future. There are too many examples right now for the young brothers and sisters to learn from right now. You know how they will manipulate you. Get your lawyers right. Make sure you look at your contracts and start adding things in your contracts that actually benefit your intention and your mission for what you really want to do, so that you're not just being taken advantage of.
But would you, I hate to say,
if they don't accept it, then you don't accept it. That's my point. No, but that's integrity, bro. I'm not accepting it. Go to hell. Somebody will let me do it. Why? Because my talent is too strong. I'm too much of a hot commodity. You gon' sign me because I'm gonna make you a lot of money. If you're not gonna sign me, another team will. Guarantee it. Integrity has to be stood on.
I agree with you, but I don't. Them white folks. Look at my man, brother, Colin Kaepernick. He stood for. And they said what they did. Other brothers can't do it. They afraid now to sit one knee and shit. So they'll be like, you know what? We don't need you, brother. I don't care how talented you are. Peace out. Bye. For the white folks.
Colin
now,
Kaepernick.
Black, another nigga do this. We up out here too. And what do you think people think?
True. But the beauty is he is in a perfect position to separate from that and then go into his own. He can go into arena football. He can create his own league like Ice Cube did. He has the momentum. He has the support. He raised over $100 million for multiple charities by having multiple celebrities who stood for him. The brother has the momentum to go do something on his own, and people will support it. I don't care about the NFL. You have the ability to set up your own thing. Why the hell do you feel like you need them so much? We got enough millionaires. We got a few billionaires who, just because they love you, they're like, man, you stood on integrity, but not on that, you're actually talented. Like, you're not just talking, you're actually legitimately that talented. And you got enough people who will support you. They'll go into the league like the big three, like I said with Ice Cube. Do it on your own. And guess what? If it's gonna make money, a lot of these white folks and Jewish people at the top, they're bending, because really they're like, if I'm really about the money and you're gonna make me a lot of money, fine. You could use this arena. You could use it, because you're gonna make us a lot of money.
Well, I don't know if the correct word is indoctrinated. I don't know if that's the right word, but they have made us believe that the NBA and NFL is the pinnacle.
That's indoctrination.
Right. You're right. It's the pinnacle.
Yeah.
So anything less than that, you're really not at the pinnacle. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. And if you're a hell of an athlete, you're like, I want to be at the pinnacle.
Of course. Well, make something the pinnacle. It's only the pinnacle because we all agree that it is.
Sure. Somebody had to start the NFL off and
come on.
Right, all that, yeah.
NBA and NFL didn't become hot until black people got involved in it. Now it blew up all the way. They was wearing them short shorts. Remember that? Come on, man. They was doing some crazy stuff back then. Shooting peach baskets. They was doing some crazy stuff. All right, but once it got evolved, and then once we got involved and they allowed us to become more involved, then it went to another level. They're like, damn, they jumping higher. They're shooting better. They have a style of how they dribble. Whoa, what is this? We need to capitalize on this.
Sure.
So we made it hot. We can make anything hot.
Sure.
We just have to have enough integrity and be willing to step out and do it. That's all. And it is being done in certain areas with certain things. We could just do with this too.
I think we're better as far as, I love the fact, we can call each other kings and queens.
Absolutely.
And I love you hearing that and stuff.
We're waking up.
Let me ask you, I'll ask this word, the N word. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Can it be said in love without being negative?
Term of endearment.
Yeah, term of endearment. Can it be said that?
We took the word. First of all, a lot of people are going to. Well, I'll knock out the controversy right now. A lot of people say Negus, which is an Ethiopian king ruler. If you're not that, stop. Cut the bull crap. Stop. A lot of people say, well, what about Negus? Okay, brother, we're in America. Let's just make this clear. We're not in Ethiopia.
Right.
So when you say Negus, that is a word. That does mean king, ruler, etc. Over there. You're absolutely right. Then you go to Niger. Then you go to, Nika or nigger or necro going into necro or dead. That's another thing. Now you're going to the black slave codes. So when they use the word black or it was referring to a dead human being. Okay, so there are different layers to this. You have to understand exactly where the word came from, the etymology, how it evolved over time, depending on what year it's being used. But when it comes to in America, it was not used as a term of endearment at all. It was used to demean a group of people to make them look like less than human beings. Period. That's how it was used. Now we could say, we took it off to take the sting off. And the reason why we started saying nigga also to take the sting off is because we couldn't give no white people to smoke. So we turned on each other and we said, we're going to take that word back and we're just going to say it to each other so that you don't have no power with it no more. We adopted and we adapted so that we can get around that traumatic feeling. But it's still the same thing because you say nigga, they know in their mind, they're saying, not all of them, but some of them. And then you want to be taken serious when one of them says, you say it all the time. But you're saying nigga and you think that takes away from what it is. You learned about that word here under our system of white supremacy. You didn't learn about it in Ethiopia. Wasn't in Africa. You didn't learn about it over there. You learned about it here. So what are you talking about? We got to be honest about it. If we want to say, I'm going to just say it, we were indoctrinated. Of course, I've, growing up for years using the N word because I was indoctrinated into it. I didn't know about I didn't know until a certain point the word, like around 4 or 5. When I was learning about the history, and then I was like, I don't want to say that word. But we just got to be honest about it. Is it going to be scrubbed from our vocabulary? I highly doubt it. It is now being adopted and used by people all over the planet. So regardless to whether or not we want to use it, it's going to be used. We just have to be mature about explaining the definition, the history, the etymology, so that people can understand exactly the full nutrition behind that word, so they really know.
I remember I went to South Africa back in 2002. I went a couple of times.
Oh, they say
Africa. Yeah, but no, what's crazy was this. No, I'm talking to the black guy. But they would see me, they say, "What's up, my nigga?"
Right.
And I was like, "Whoa!" I was like, it just sounded horrible when they said it. You know what I'm saying? It didn't have the same smooth roll. I don't know.
No, for
when
real.
they said, I was like,
yeah.
Like, you gangster. You a gangster. First of all, I was pissed off about that. I'm like, why? Because I'm from America? And it's because of the videos and the images they saw. And it really made me say, whoa. I'm like, just because I'm from America, I mean, I'm a gangster?
They learned from us, but they learned from us because of people allowing us to be in movies to push it.
And music.
And all. So it's like, damn, we got to take some responsibility for it. They got to take some too, of course, a large percentage, but then we have to take a percentage too. Because although we may use it as a term of endearment, we grew up in the hood, boom, boom, boom.
Sure.
People when I left the country and I'm hearing them say it, I'm like, yeah, that don't sound right. I was like, yeah, but do you know what that means? Well, I mean, you, like you say, same thing. You from Compton, boys in the hood, and it's straight out of Compton. I was like, yeah, but do you know what that means? That way it was sounding like that. No, it's not what you think. Like, somebody might punch you. I told them you might get attacked because it's offensive, but then I have to back up and think, damn, we did that in America. I'm saying not me, but we did that in America, and then allowed it and then pushed it. Boys in the hood, menace to society. Like, come on. And then of course the Wayans brothers, Keenan Ivory Wayans used don't be a menace. Walking in the door, Marlon Wayans, nigga, when he walks in. We crazy as hell, but so it's a real thing. We just learn.
But it seems like, okay, I've been in the movie industry for a while. If and even TV, if we put that hip hop and whatever, killing each other, power, all them shows, love it. But then you put something that's positive, we won't watch it.
Come on, brother.
What's wrong with it? I guess we need to see ourselves in a negative light always, and for us to feel it's true.
We were only allowed to.
Right, and it reminded me of when Denzel didn't win for Malcolm X.
Think about it, brother. Training Day. Come on.
Yeah. More of an evil character and so forth like that. Yeah.
Brother, a crooked cop in L.A.
Right.
Watts and all that. Damn. But not the one that y'all put on on stamps, and
Right.
you name streets after him. Love Malcolm X. You applaud a cricket cop.
Right.
But damn, Denzel played the hell out of Malcolm.
No. Yeah.
You thought he was Malcolm.
Come on now.
You thought. I mean, when I watched that, man, you okay?
Right.
All right now. You know they had some pieces in that movie that were not accurate at all, but he played the hell out of Malcolm, and he deserved to have an award for that. But if that don't give you the understanding that they ain't interested in that,
right.
I don't know what would.
Well, I appreciate that you speak out and you risk your whole financial gain or whatever it is you're risking. You know what I'm saying?
But I have no choice. I have no choice. I have to do this. This is the life that God put me on. It's not to be famous, because if that were my intention, why the hell would I keep speaking about the things that got my networks taken down?
Sure.
Why?
Right, sure.
Seriously, it wasn't about the money. I didn't start making money until 2019 when I released my book, which I want you to have. That's a signed copy for you right there.
Yeah, no, I like this. But let me ask you, what moves, looking back now, what pivots would you have done differently than what you've done?
I would have been wiser about establishing my network separate from the mainstream social media platforms.
Okay.
That's one major thing. I would have looked at all the different apps that I could have, utilized, or building on my website more intelligently with the subscribership base. That's the main thing. Like actually, getting people to subscribe to the website directly, so I can build that up, so that once they took me down from over here, this would be solid. You see, like there are certain things that, for finances and to capture my content, because the 226 videos that I had on YouTube are gone forever. All that hard work, all that research. I mean, brother, like it's not, I've been doing this before I was on social media, educating people for years. Every chapter in that book, I can do a lecture on. That book got far more information in than you can imagine coming from, you're going to look at chapters like, what the hell, how you? See, it's not a fad for me. It ain't no trend. This is my life. This is what I've been doing. It's my mission. I've been doing this. You see what I'm saying? So I think those are some of the things that I would have done better. I would have done my best to move a little wiser when it comes to certain areas that I'm now learning about.
That you're learning about now.
Absolutely.
Right. No, that's fantastic. Well, I was gonna say, this is a question going back, I should ask it earlier, was about music.
Yes.
I came up in the late 80s when it was social conscious rap.
Yeah.
Self-destruction.
Self-destruction. I was gonna say that. Come on.
What's the other one? There was a couple songs.
Don't Believe the Hype.
Yeah, Fight the Power.
Fight the Power.
All that kind of stuff. Hip hop, it seems like it's not there no more. Do you feel that? Do you feel it's not there? And why not there? Do you feel that the powers that be said enough of that back from the 90s?
I can tell you,
80s?
I think you'll learn by now. I move far more on facts than opinion. I don't deal in my opinion. I can go in my opinion, but that's not really. The people need to know exactly what's going on.
What rap artists do you listen to
now? A couple of them. Do you listen to?
Of course, Kendrick is my brother.
Okay.
We got a lot of rappers in the nation too.
Do you?
Oh man, please. We got.
Oh yeah, like is Paris in the nation?
Paris, no, I don't think so. No, we have Sister Nilam, brother Golden Child, brother Donique.
Nilam.
Oh yeah, that's our sister.
She dope.
Yeah, that's our sister.
I see on social media.
That's a fact.
Dope.
So I mean, I got some mainstream artists that I love to listen to. Like I said, like brother Kendrick.
Right.
Who else, man?
J. Cole, you listen to
J. Cole, of course,
dope.
brothers on point.
J. Cole.
It's a lot, bro.
And he's light skinned too. So
he was at the Million Man March in 2015 as well.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, him, Dave Chappelle, all them, they was there.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of. I mean, the list it's a long list, but I mean, yeah, bro.
Now, I feel you, and I was like, okay, because I used to watch you, like I said beforehand. I did my research. What is you doing over there with them white folks at Scientology? Tom Cruise, John Travolta, what in the hell
funny.
are you doing,
I ain't never
brother?
met John Travolta or Tom Cruise, but I feel you. But I got you. That's funny. I get that question a lot.
You should.
See, I didn't get a question about going to, no, for real. And I get that question, right? I started laughing. I said, interesting. So I studied the Bible. I was in a Christian church. Holy Quran in the mosque. And by the way, in the mosque, we study everything. Bible and Holy Quran.
Okay.
I studied with some Buddhists. I went all the way to China and studied with some Buddhists. I'm not getting questioned for none of this. Then I go to colleges with white teachers. Every teacher that I had outside of my piano teacher was white, so I'm not being questioned about that. Same college, by the way, that George Bush Sr. went to, Compton College. So I ain't being questioned about this.
Right, sure.
Then I started reading Scientology books dealing with literacy.
Okay.
Literacy. So this is, okay, cool. Mind you, you ain't questioning your white teacher, but you're getting knowledge from him.
Okay.
My religion is Islam. Always been that. So here's my main thing. If you are going to allow someone to control you in what you think and how you study, then you a slave. We are taught in the Nation of Islam that we are to seek knowledge, to become masters and to master the science and knowledge of everything. So that means anything that's in my community, where my people at, which Scientology is in our community, I need to know what the hell that is.
I feel you on that.
That's my duty. I need to know what the hell that is. And when I started researching, I said, oh, I'm reading these books. I'm like, oh, that's us. That's ours. This white man could not have known this before us.
Right.
And L. Ron Hubbard. And he even said in a lot of his books that I read that he learned from black folks. He got it from natives. When he traveled to Africa, he got it from us. So my deal is, so you did not take it and say, I made it. I got it from y'all. I said, okay, I can respect the fact that this white man wasn't a Columbus and said he discovered this. No. He said, no. This came from 50,000 years of thinking men, upon which Scientology and Dianetics could not be possible. The credit is theirs, not mine. First page of the book, Dianetics. Mind you, I'm not pushing no Scientology.
Sure.
If y'all want to go study whatever, you study whatever. But when you give me a question like this, I have to know. That's why you said I know why you're on that list. I cannot be limited in my knowledge. I will not be limited in my knowledge. Just because your lack of maturity makes you feel, nigga, why you over there doing that? Well, because you can't do it? You gonna stop me? In order for you to understand your enemy, you must know your enemy if you want to go here. This is military understanding now. So if you see these white folks in your community, what the hell are they doing? Why are they here? No, I mean, like, you need to ask yourself the question, what are they doing? No. Now, with me, I looked at, okay, if I'm going to attack you, I better know what the hell I'm attacking first. I'm not going to be emotional about this. I need to be militant and military strategic. Let me figure out what's going on here.
Right.
So I started studying that. I said, I know that's us. That's us. That's our history. That's our information. I said, okay. And I was telling them, this is where you got that from. Egypt, you got that from there. You got that from South Africa. You got that from Asia. You got that from there. And they're like, yeah, that's what our number said. I said, yeah, that's. So I started laughing like, this is our stuff. Sorry to tell you. Just like all the rest of this history that y'all made it seem as though it's yours and you discovered things. That's our stuff.
Right. I like what you said, because I believe in this, but like, remember Steve Harvey went to talk to Trump? People had a fit with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. I remember that. Yeah.
But I look at it sometimes you got to know your enemy. You got to sit down and talk to your enemy.
You better know your enemy.
Right.
Only an intelligent person learns the enemy.
The negativity they bring on you from black people. And you're like, I'm trying to educate you, motherfuckers. What's wrong with y'all?
I'll say it this way. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, we must love our people more than they hate themselves.
Ooh.
I understand my people. I love them so much.
There you go.
I love them too deep.
There you go.
I do. I know why you reacting the way you reacting. I know why you're there. I know the different multiple ways that you were put in this condition, whether it was molestation, you were attacked, no father, no mother, drugs, whatever. It's too many avenues that put us in this condition. So what am I going to do? Give up on you because everybody else did? Because they don't have enough strength to love you?
Come on now.
You can say whatever. What you're not going to do, you're not going to put your hands on me. Because I will beat the brakes off you, then pick you up and pray what you have to.
Right. You right.
You see
I'm 6'1", this brother, he's 6'3".
I'm just saying.
Shit, okay.
Brother, you see what I'm saying? So it's out of love, right? So as long as you ain't going that far, because some of our people, it may need that at times, but no, I know who the real enemy is, and you ain't that.
Right.
And I ain't that.
Right, sure.
I know that.
Sure.
So I can't get caught up in your emotionalism. I have to what's called rise above emotion into the thinking of God. That's how we're taught.
Right.
We got to rise above. Why? Because if you ain't put that smoke on this enemy and you put it on your own brother, what does that tell me and what does that tell you? It tells me that you're so sick.
Sure.
That you know damn well you don't have no smoke for him because you know he gonna give you the work. But 9 times out of 10, I'll say now, 7 times out of 10, I'm not gonna give you the work because I'm your brother. But you got all the smoke for me.
Right, sure you go.
All of it for me. You
but
know,
not for him.
But you'll be experiencing this. It's like, wait.
Yeah.
So, but I openly say that and make it clear, but I also defend them in the way that is so legit to where they can't say, well, it's like, no, Negro, I ain't never told nobody to go join the Church of Scientology. In that. Because some of you weird Negroes are going to use this on YouTube right now. You're sick, you're pitiful, you're pathetic, you're effeminate. Not feminine and not masculine. You're right in the middle. Which means you don't know what the hell you are. That's what effeminate is.
Okay.
So not one Negro who gets on this internet gets in my face and gives me the same smoke because they know what my intention is and what my actions are.
Right.
Whatever you want to go study, you go study.
Right.
That's you. But what we pushing is freedom, justice, equality. My religion is Islam, Nation of Islam. But I'm going to study everything that's in our environments and everything that's on our planet because this planet belongs to us.
Sure.
So why am I not able to study these things? Don't put your immaturity on me just because you ain't got the power because you don't know who you are. And you think that somebody's going to give you some knowledge that's going to change your view of who you are. It's going to make you less black. No, Negro, you don't know how black you are then. That's you.
Right.
I know me.
Right.
Ain't nobody going to change me.
Right.
So no, brother, it's layers to it.
All right. You have a ring on, so let me ask you a question. What's the definition of a righteous woman? That you would say, I can marry this, or what do you think as our people should be? Give me a kind of,
Well, the first thing is not doing the things that gain the attention of this society and this world.
Okay.
That's the first thing.
Okay.
Which is a lot of things, but we can kind of get an idea that
Sure.
not just having your booty all out, brothers, not just having all this all out.
Sure.
Having a level of dignity, level of modesty. People can say, well, hold on, so because I'm not modest, that means I'm less righteous. No. I'm saying self-love requires certain behavior. No society respects men who allow their women to go out completely uncovered, because you clearly don't take yourself serious and you clearly don't love her enough. Everything that's valuable is covered. You ain't got to have from head to toe and have a burqa on.
Right.
Okay, you ain't got to do that. That's a cultural difference.
Right.
But I'm saying you must take yourself serious. The sisters have to take some accountability. So do the brothers. But striving righteous is what we say, because none of us are perfect. Just because I'm wearing a suit don't make me perfect.
Sure.
At all, bro. We've been in the world. So let's kill that noise. None of us are perfect. And that's another thing. We get too damn self-righteous thinking because we got a suit on, we eat better, exercise, bro. Kill it. Stop. Because there's a lot of people who got a lot of money, do a lot of good things outwardly, but children. You know what I'm saying? Like, kill it.
Sure, no.
Kill it.
Right. Sure.
We have to be humble right now and start to work with one another where we are. As we are taught in Nation of Islam, we are taught to settle on the best part of one another. We look at all the good and we focus on that and enhance that, so that we can duplicate more of that. Okay. So a righteous woman, like I said, strives to be modest, self-love. She learns more about God. She learns more about her history. She strives to do what is pleasing in the eyes of God, or what is more positive than negative. She ain't interested in what the white man said to do. She ain't interested in twerking all out in the public. She ain't interested in all that. Love our sisters, but please stop. You understand what I'm talking about? You ain't gonna get no respect. You will not get respect doing that and then trying to get married or trying to do this. They don't care. It has to be understood that we have to take ourselves seriously as men. We have to take our women seriously. Our women have to take us seriously, because we're in a position where we're at war right now. So if you're in the middle of war, you have to do your best to meet and overcome all obstacles. We have to do our best to work on self-improvement, the men and the women. We're not in a position where we can just be out here doing anything, bro. Our society is effed up, and every other group of people has everything virtually established. They pretty much have everything that they need. We don't. So why are we doing all this stuff as if we got it all together? We don't.
Sure.
We look crazy, and people laughing at us like, y'all niggas is over here partying, dancing. We own the block. We own your houses. We own your business. We own the cars. You're not producing none of this stuff for the most part.
Right.
But you want us to take you serious. You're not getting it.
Right.
You're not getting it. So a striving righteous woman, I'll say, and it's a lot more things to it.
No,
but
I like that. You said modest. So can a Muslim, or a woman you like, or just even if she's not a Muslim, can she have material goods as a birthday, like a Gucci bag? Is that like say, whoa? Yeah, I mean, what is how would you look at a woman who had that?
It happens. I mean, but I'm not interested in anything that goes towards building up this system for the most part, if I can help it. But like, we don't produce cars for the most part in America. I know in some parts of Africa they do right now, so I'm looking at things like that. But I'm not interested in a woman who wants validation from the materials of this world that do not benefit her own people. And no woman who has that knowledge in her head would want that. You're not gonna run up to me and talk about a Birkin. That's gonna let me know where your head is. It's gonna let me know what you lack. I love you, but seriously. Now, one dime that you spend with them goes towards building up your community, but you got a lot of bags that actually are better quality, that cost less, that actually go towards building up black families, because there's a black man or black woman producing it, black men, black women packaging it up, sending it to you. Why don't you do that? Make that hot. We have to get out of this I need validation from my enemy syndrome. So the sisters who are on that for the most part, and in the Nation of Islam, you have the FOI, which means Fruit of Islam, which means the military training of the men that belong to Islam in North America, who follow the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I'm Nusuz Farrakhan, Nation of Islam. We are the military soldiers. You have the sisters called the MGT, Muslim Girls in Training. These sisters also, they train in martial arts. They have the same military levels. They have captains and first officers and lieutenants, same thing. And they are trained to get back into the knowledge of who they are. You know, how to rear children, how to sew and cook and all that, and how to clean, how to keep house, how to operate at home and abroad. They have this knowledge. They're getting back to the nature. For real. And they can have businesses and all. They got plenty of sisters, businesses. Like, so it's not like you walking 10 paces behind me. That's an Arab thing. You get a shoe upside your head trying to tell a black woman to walk 10 paces behind you.
No, I know that's right. So the message to the millennials.
Yes, sir. Spelled that way for a reason.
I was about to say, yeah.
Yes, sir. I said I have to create basically a handbook that will arm our generation with a number of topics. It may not be all of them, but at least a number of topics that will give them the knowledge they need to navigate through this system.
Where can somebody get this book?
RizaIslam.com.
Riza Islam, okay.
And I want you to give me a review on the brother seriously. Like, let me know whatever I need to work on. I'm coming out book 2. This has been out since 2019.
You ready for my review, man?
Absolutely.
My white side might jump up this month.
Hey, brother, let me know. I want it to be right. You know what I'm saying? It has to be right. I don't want to put out anything.
Man. I just appreciate what you do, man. All right, we do a little something called IG creeping on here. That means we go on your IG page. Yeah, man. We try to look at your IG page.
Can you find it?
No. Well, we found it before it was shut down. I guess it was shut down.
Yes, sir.
And just ask you, so, what were you thinking? What was happening in this picture right here? Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna go with the first picture. Okay. You show all 32 teeth. Now the white man like that. The white man like when you're smiling, brother.
That was me.
Showed all of them.
That was me talking to Nick Cannon when he interviewed me on Cannon's class, and I was laughing. I said to him when he was talking about the brothers who want to have multiple women.
Right.
I said, that's for Nick.
Right.
I said, that's for Nick, y'all. I said, since you talking about that, that's what he want to do. Right. And this is before he had, I think, the last 4 or 5 children. This is about 4 or 5 children ago at that time. Okay. But I said, see Nick. I said, see him. And that's what was.
Oh, where it came
that was
from?
a conversation.
You must have talking about going. What's that called? Fruitful and multiply.
No,
shit.
He was trying to tell me about multiple. I said, brother, no, I'm good.
All right, that's a nice picture right there. What was that? Was that a Million Man March?
That's
right
a Million Man March, 20th year anniversary, brother. And that was real life. People all the way down, brother.
Wow.
Back to the Washington Memorial.
Yeah, man.
You're talking about, I believe at that time, it was almost 1 million again.
Right.
This is 2015.
Right.
So I was up there doing security all the way up on the steps of the Capitol, and one of the brothers took that. I had no idea he was taking these pictures. Took that picture of me.
I know you're not going to say this.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're not going to say this. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Farrakhan, I'm sorry, Farrakhan, he was getting old up in age, you know, and I know they had picked someone next. But I feel like, I feel like you might be the next that the people start to look, because you're on social media heavy. Mm-hmm. You're very charismatic. Malcolm was the same way. Mm-hmm. Do you see yourself stepping in a role of that? And I know you might not be able to say it because Tony Muhammad and all them get on your ass.
No, I can definitely respond. And shout out to my minister, Minister Tony.
Okay.
That's our minister.
Right.
No, I can definitely respond, and I understand. It's just, some people don't know how this works because we're military. So there is no one person, because the Honorable Minister Farrakhan cannot give away a seat that he didn't give to himself. He is sitting in the seat of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Right. So that is the messenger's seat. That's the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad's seat. So he can't give that away. However, there is an executive council that has been put in place with a number of our executives, literally the leadership. Mm-hmm. And so although I may be a charismatic brother, there are plenty of brothers. Right. I'm talking about, man, shout out to the FOI. We got soldiers all across the planet, brother, that when you meet them, you talk to me like, damn, y'all all like this. We all got different personalities, but we dance, we exercise, we fight. Very knowledgeable. We have scholars all up and down. Sure. So I just happen to be one of the ones who is on social media, and like you said, the charisma. This is just my avenue. Right.
I actually knew that. I talked to Brother Carlton. He probably broke it down to me about being the next, and I brought your name up. We first kind of went back and forth. Mm-hmm. So he told me, I think you might be more connected to the youth.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's what is a shining light for them, because maybe some of the older guys are more older, but you're that one that. And nowadays it seems like a lot of stuff is youth driven, especially with social media. Yes. So they're going to listen to you.
And you're Minister Farrakhan told us. See, one thing I love about him, he does not prevent the youth from going out here, showing our talents, educating people, and just being an example. You ain't never heard me push join the nation. You need to get in the nation. You ain't never ever seen it, because that's not how we operate. We simply operate as an example, and if that example speaks to your heart and that's the way you want to go, then beautiful.
I agree to that.
You see what I'm saying? We don't push that because it's like that's dogmatic. We ain't with that.
Are you different than the Israelites in that? Because I see them on the corner yelling and joining and
you
whatever.
ain't gonna see us on the corner yelling like that.
Right.
It's shout out to our Hebrew Israelite brothers. First of all, we are the true Hebrews. See, that's not a lot of individuals misunderstand that. We are that. We never said we're not that. That's what we are. We are the original tribes, that we are the original people, period. The word Muslim means one who submits to do the will of God. Right. That complements what a Hebrew is, an Israelite. It complements that. There's no contradiction. So there are some people who try to argue back and forth with this and that, and they get into the dogmatic thing. Same thing with Christians. And, people try to argue, and it's like the Honorable Mr. Farrakhan said we should argue over religion after we're free. Because it's so sick. It's a big gumbo of stuff that most people don't even understand. You don't understand half the stuff you think you know. So right now, because these generations before us messed it all up, how about we just put a pause on this, find out what we can agree on,
there you go.
Help our people. Once we get free and everything, then let's go back to arguing. I'm cool with that. That's pretty much where it is.
Let me ask you, what would you, if it ended today, what would you want your legacy to be? If people thought about you, what would you want them to think and say about you?
That I did my best to help as many of our people to go free as possible in the shortest time as possible. And I mean in all ways, in many ways as possible. Spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, agriculturally, familially with the family. Did my best to do that, to help them to go free by exposing what this enemy is doing, but also by giving them solutions and providing them avenues with which to rectify the conditions that they've been put in.
Nice. You know, something you said that I think you said it, I feel this way. If I believe I'm doing the right thing in my heart, wholeheartedly, I'm not going to change for your opinion.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Some people, because I would say, you know, you probably misread, but you're like, you know what? You can misread me all you want. If you don't want to pay attention to what I'm saying, because you're probably reading me wrong. True. I ain't wrong. You reading me wrong.
True.
And I feel that way.
If I am wrong, then I have to have enough humility to say that too.
Okay.
That's nothing. And
okay.
I do my best to do that because I'm not
that.
always right. No, if we're wrong, that's nothing. We have to have humility and say I'm wrong. And if we made the mistake in public, we got to be able to come out and fix it in public.
Because I fight for black people all the time, regardless of what people say. Oh, but you said something makes sense. You know, it's the message. It's maybe how I say it. They didn't hear it right.
It does matter.
I could have said it a different way. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, even for me to say that, sometimes I do comedy shows and white people are like, what about you're half white? What about us? You didn't say you dogged us and shit. You something good about. I'm like, oh, forget.
Right.
Because it is what it is. I'm like, my white side already has it going on. You got everything. Shit. I gotta get help my black folks get their shit together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because what you guys did, I get it.
Man, light-skinned folks go through a different type of issue.
Brother.
Because y'all right in between both worlds. So you're like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to be? Y'all laugh.
No. It's funny.
It's serious.
We're gonna talk about this because I'm doing a special Saturday night, and it's about racism, about my perspective of racism, what I kind of think about it.
Comedy show?
Yeah, comedy show.
I gotta be there, bro.
Yeah, we taping it. All right, like I said, man, I appreciate so much. But before we leave, I gotta get the craziness out of you, man. We got the wheel. Everybody know that wheel. We know the wheel. Everybody does the wheel. Everybody been on the wheel. Killer Mike, T.I., everybody done the wheel. So I have a wheel that has some things on it that we'd like for you to participate if it lands on it.
Yes, sir.
I think you have a fun personality, and I think it'll work.
Let's see
so
how
most
it
people
goes.
already know what the wheel is. We're gonna repeat this damn thing again. We need that drum roll. So what I need you to do, I need you to give me a Compton spin, okay? A real hard spin. Yeah, a real spin.
All right.
So you spin it. Wherever it lands, gonna be what you ain't got. Yeah.
What is that?
Oh man, who would you like to change places with and why? Is that something you can think of somebody?
Man. Who would I like? Nobody.
I know nobody. Yeah. But let's say, who would you like to change? Who would you like to change?
Oh, who would I like to change?
Yes, to change. Somebody who you say, man, and why would you want to change? What would you want them to change into?
You know what? Man, that's a lot of
folks.
I'll pick this one.
Okay.
Michael Jackson.
Ooh.
And when I say change, I'm saying not change into what he went to as a result of his low self-esteem.
Okay.
People attacking him and his low level of knowledge, etc.
Okay.
So he went into doing everything that would please everybody else, and didn't just stick with loving himself because he went the way. Oh yeah, bro. It's so much behind that, bro. That people don't understand. I've been to Neverland twice. Like we know Mike. That brother was revolutionary. Serious.
I heard.
Seriously,
I heard
bro.
Michael Jackson was like that.
Sony and all that, man. Please. So I would. That's something I would change. Is I just wish he had more knowledge of self when he was younger.
So what was the experience beating him? How was that like?
Mike was, first of all, his voice was deeper than mine and yours.
No, go ahead with that, man.
I'm
go
telling
ahead, man.
you. Y'all think I'm playing? Everybody who met Mike.
Barry White.
No, he wasn't no baritone.
Oh, okay. But a little deeper than what?
No, he was. He was. First of all, he was a black man, and he knew he was a black man. It's just he would only express it at certain times because he would express it in a certain way at certain times because he knew the media was on everything. They was on his hair, but they was anything. And he got children and family, so he was doing his best to maintain. But his voice was deeper than mine. The brother loved him some black women.
What?
Guess, oh, come on.
How?
The family don't call me. I'm just giving general statements. But god dang.
Where's the proof?
That brother, man.
Elvis' daughter and then the fat white girl we got, baby. Come on, brother.
The people who met Mike.
Man, you capping for Mike.
All right, you know what?
Man.
I'm glad you brought up Elvis, Lisa Marie Presley.
Yeah, you capping for Mike.
First of all, for white folks to walk out here and say Elvis Presley's the king.
Oh no, I wouldn't.
Michael Jackson said, "Oh really? Who's his daughter?" Because once a man marries the princess, what does he become?
The king.
Boom.
Ooh.
You think Mike was? Man,
so
Mike was a smooth criminal with that.
Okay. Well, okay.
Really?
I get that part. When he married that other white woman, well, he had a baby with her. That wasn't no queen.
Listen, I'm not in that. I'm just saying.
Oh, now you backing up. Now you moonwalking about
I love my brother.
Hell no. Come on, brother. Come on, RZA. Don't moonwalk.
That's my point. He had to get the right knowledge. So when he was younger, so that way he wouldn't do certain things. Period. He would have more love for himself. He wouldn't go into that nonsense, getting surgery. He was really trying to please the people so much that he mutilated. He got this.
Yeah.
It was a lot. The brother was going through so much. Remember, you ain't got a childhood. Like how we grew up, we at least were able to experience childhood. That man was dance, turn, 1, 2,
Right,
3.
right,
Since he was a child, he was never able to experience. He wasn't hanging out in the hood like us. He didn't
Right,
have no
sure.
real life
Right.
experiences like that, especially not being black. He wasn't really able to go into the history of who he was, like a lot of us. So because of that, as he was growing, he was just around a bunch of people, industry and et cetera. And of course, I don't know every detail of his life,
Sure.
but I'm saying as you could see how he developed, that's what happened. He said it was a girl that came into the mall when they shut down the whole mall so that the Jacksons can go and shop and look at
Okay,
things.
okay.
They let a couple fans in. And one of the girls said, "Oh, that's him? Ugh." And he said that devastated him.
Really?
That destroyed him. Bell pepper nose and all
Right,
that. His nose is
right,
thick
right,
and all
right,
that.
right, right.
You know, the whiz, he danced and all that.
Right,
Brother,
right.
beautiful brother.
Sure.
Beautiful brother, inside and out. But he did not have enough of that self-security and knowing exactly who he was to where he allowed the manipulative, disgusting thoughts and behaviors of society to shape him, just like a lot of women. That's why they get BBLs. I got to call this out.
Ooh.
A lot of them, a lot of brothers get BBLs too.
Oh, okay, easy. Easy, brother.
Get something off my chest. We're doing that now. All right?
I love it.
Brother, because too many people want to just benefit what society
Right.
wants to get, to bring them to. They want to benefit the people. And it's like, this society is sick.
Right.
Learn to love yourself.
There you go.
And stop trying to please everybody else, because you're going to end up somewhere that you never thought you'd be, because with every different personality comes a different type of person that people are going to want you to be.
Right.
You end up changing yourself into an unrecognizable creature out here.
Sure.
So no, brother.
You think fame killed him?
That was a part of it.
Right.
Absolutely. But brother, he
Being
barely
access
sleep.
to stuff, too much stuff too easily, man.
Brother, I'll talk to his family, a couple family members and all that. You're talking about a super mega star.
Sure.
Super mega. And not anything in that file says that he did anything with children negatively, did
Right.
anything of a pedophilic nature whatsoever. And he was found innocent on all charges, but people still call him a pedophile.
Pedophile, ain't that crazy? I hate
Actually, was
that. Right.
never proven. As a matter of fact, the child who accused him of it early on, I believe it was 2005, 2006, something like that.
Right.
He came out and said, "I lied.
Right.
My parents just told me to lie because they wanted the money." Brother, you see what I'm saying? Knock it off. Wicked stuff. So yes, fame helped to kill him.
Right.
It added to that. Absolutely.
Right,
Brother
right.
could barely sleep. He got 2-3 hours of sleep every day.
And also his circle must not have been that tight too, man, because you
I'm
know.
pretty sure there was,
Yeah.
when you get to a level like that, the enemy always has certain people around you. Even if it's your family. It's the thoughts that are inside some people that control how they behave. And so the person next to you may be your blood or cousin or maybe be the person you love. But what's in here is who they really are, and who's controlling this is the question. Is that really your brother next to you, or is it somebody using him on a remote control mechanism to do things that are going to destroy you? And Mike was saying that about a lot of people. He said, there's a lot of people I can't trust.
Wow.
He said a whole lot of you got to go back to his interviews, man. He done said a whole lot of stuff. He said, "I love being a black American. I love being a black man." He said, "I don't want no white person to play me in no anything." He was talking that to Oprah. He said, "I don't want no white boy to play me in my childhood, documentary." He said, "Would you like an Oriental child to play you?"
I know that's right.
She said, "No." He said, "Exactly."
Right.
He said, "I'm a black man and I love being a black man." So nah, brother.
Wow, man. Brother Rizal Islam, thank you so much for coming on my show, really,
Yes,
man.
sir.
I really appreciate it, man. I called you, hit you up. Call your boy Corey Holcomb and tell him come on the show. He said he'd come on the show, but he got a little
That's gonna be cool, though.
Yeah. Wait, you holler at him. I already
Okay.
invited him. He said he'd come and then he backed up out of it.
Oh.
He didn't keep it 100 like you did, okay?
Oh, no.
Corey, come on the show, Corey. We're
Man.
ready to talk to
I'm
you.
sure he had a good reason. Corey gonna if you call him, I'm pretty sure.
Man, Corey, cool.
He is.
I'm rooting for Corey.
Yeah, he gonna-
I like Corey, but when he said he'll come on my show, I said, well, come on. He's like, 'cause I came on his show.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I did his show.
Yeah.
But he won't do mine.
Hey man,
Maybe he might have joined the nation to keep it 100.
Oh,
He'll
yeah.
do. You know what I'm saying?
You
But
wanna
no,
say
thank
that.
you so much
Yes,
for
sir.
coming on, man. I respect you, man, so much for coming
Appreciate
on.
you, my
I appreciate it, brother.
Absolutely.
I learned a lot, man.
Same here.
I'm glad that we had a chance to sit down because some of my friends thought, I'm like, no, it ain't gonna be like that, man. This brother's a good dude, and I just don't like even have the fact that they feel like that with you. You know what I'm saying?
True.
I'm like, come on, just sit down, talk to the brother. We may have different, similarities. We just express them differently, you know.
Sure.
And you showed me that, and I'm like, okay, I feel you on that, man. So
Yes, sir.
cool. Hey, give a shout out to the one internet place you can probably see you and shit. You know, give your home address out by shit.
ReezaIslam.com. So y'all can catch me crazy.
All right, shit.
That's where y'all gotta go.
All right, man. Again, thank you so much, y'all. Thank y'all for watching this show. This show was a bomb, man. Thank y'all again. Don't forget to hit the notification bell or the subscribe button, man. Thank y'all so much. Keep supporting me. I appreciate y'all seeing me on the streets and saying, yo, you're doing your thing, man. I'll have everybody on, man. I only really bring people on who I respect and really I respect and like, and especially right now. I
Appreciate
respect
that,
this
brother.
man, and I pretty appreciate that, y'all. Catch me next week, man. I love y'all, and we'll holler later, y'all.
Yeah, I know you didn't expect this. Brother Reza Islam, and I survived Brother Pierre's panic room. You already know.
Turn me up a little bit.
If you like that show, like, subscribe, and comment below. You know, hit the notification bell. Hit the subscribe button, man. We want you around. Appreciate it.